It's Bruins Benders Postgame Live on the Inside the Rink YouTube channel with Maddie and Smitty. Click subscribe to watch us all season long right here on the Postgames. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, every social media outlet you can imagine at Bruins Benders. And the Bruins get a 5-1 win at Vancouver tonight out of nowhere. I don't know if this team pisses you off as much as it pisses me off, but this is the type of effort that they should be probably looking to get every single game. Haven't in a while, and it starts off right out of the gate with an early goal for a change, and the Bruins just roll tonight and look like a team that we've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, where has this been?
I don't know.
Where has it been? And why can't they find this more often is what I'd like to know. But hey, we'll take it. I mean, they needed it. They definitely needed it. And it was as complete of an effort as they've shown in a long, long time. I think it was the first 4-goal lead that they'd had after 40 minutes all year. Mm-hmm. So, doing some things the right way, good defensive effort, got some goal scoring, possibly with a 4-point night. Good on the penalty kills. Swayman made some timely saves. I mean, really, they had it all working tonight. And as complete an effort as you've seen from them in a while. So good signs. Good signs.
Yeah, they beat a good team. How's that?
Sure.
I mean, they beat a good team, so it's possible that they can beat a good team on the road. Now, Vancouver's not very good at home. That was sort of alarming. They're under 500 at home, like 10-2-1 on the road, but just don't play well at home. So, I guess that's the thing. But the Bruins shouldn't care because the last couple of nights, they gave up early goals and then were just kind of blown off the ice. Tonight, they get an early one from Brad Marchand in the power play, and a great play by Pastrnak. And Pastrnak has 4 points, a goal and 3 assists, and looks more like the David Pastrnak we're accustomed to.
Yeah, that's what we want to see from him. I mean, obviously, he's not going to have a 4-point night every night. That was his first 4-point night, I believe, since April of 23. So it's been a little bit, but that's what you want to see from him. And all the people complaining about not scoring goals. Look, I mean, 4 points is 4 points. He had primary assists on 3 other goals. So he's doing the things you want him to do. He's driving the play. Even if he's not scoring it himself, a point is a point. A primary assist is as close as you can come to scoring a goal. So if they're going to swarm him and he can find other guys and get them goals, that's what you're looking for. He's not trying to force it and hold on to it and make bad plays. He's making the right plays. And they're leading to goals. So that's what you want from him. 100%.
Smitty with the quote of the night so far. A 4-point night is a 4-point night.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a 3-point night.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I did so well in school. I was
at times.
I was very good on my math SATs, and it shows up.
Right. A big arithmetic guy, Smitty.
I'm done.
So it's a 4-point night for David Pastrnak. A goal from Geeks in there too.
Freaks and Geeks,
with a really nice goal and another great feed. Pastrnak was just dishing dimes all night long.
It was.
And a good night from the Bruins defense, namely Mason Lohrei. I thought Lohrei played extremely well tonight.
He did. He was excellent tonight. And, he was jumping up in the play, using his skating. And they talked about it a little bit towards the end of the broadcast where, he's been critical of himself. And usually he thinks when he has a bad game, he's not using his legs, he's not skating as much, and not, feeling it confident offensively. So, when you see those things, I mean, that's kind of what you're going to get from a young defenseman. I think he's still kind of, feeling his way through it all. And you're going to get some up and down performances from him. But, a night like tonight is, the potential that he has, and he can be even better than that, I think, when he really starts to get confidence offensively. So, a good sign from him. And they're going to need him to be, more like the guy he was tonight. going forward if the team wants to, do anything come playoff time.
What did you see from our guy Jeremy Swayman tonight? How did you feel he played tonight?
I thought Swayman was good tonight. He wasn't challenged much at all in the first. The Bruins vastly outshot Vancouver. I think it was 15-5 or 15-6 in the first.
Mm-hmm.
In the second, he wasn't challenged much at all until Vancouver made a push like halfway through the second. And I thought Swayman was good. He made some big saves in the second when it was still relatively close. I think at that time it was maybe 3-0, 2-3-0. I think 3-0. So, those are fairly big saves, because if, Vancouver gets one in the second, then it's 3-1. They get another one later in the second, then you start to worry. So at the time, I thought they were pretty big saves. The goal they scored to make it 5-1 was a bad turnover. He looked like he was in position and he got a piece, but it kind of leaked through him. I would have liked to see him make that save there just to give him the shutout. But overall, clearly a step in the right direction from him tonight.
Yeah. And then Mark Kaslick with 6 shots. He had 3 block shots, 2 hits in 12 and a half minutes. Yeah, I thought he was really good too. And then Marchand had 7 shots on net. And then Mark McLaughlin gets a goal, which was nice to see for McLaughlin.
Yeah, throws it in off the defenseman's ass.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I mean, Bruins caused a turnover and threw it at the net, and good things happen when you force the other team into mistakes. I thought the Bruins might have had, a little puck luck tonight where, they've been on the wrong end of that quite a bit this year. So, it's usually, though, like people say, like the good teams make their own breaks. Like when you're pressing and playing well, the puck usually bounces for you. And the Bruins have been on the wrong end of that a lot because they've been the worst team. Tonight, they were the better team, and the puck bounced their way a little bit.
I don't know what happened to Jake DeBrusk tonight, but he played just over 13 minutes. He was a -2. Not much there, only 18 shifts tonight for DeBrusk, who had been white hot. And I was just scared to death that this was going to be one of those games where he was going to continue to be hot. And And all in all, I thought that Vancouver really didn't show up tonight at all.
No, I don't know if they overlooked the Bruins, because the Bruins have been taking it on the chin in the first 2 games of the trip, and Vancouver just beat Florida 4-0 in their last game. So they might have been feeling themselves a little bit and had a little bit of the Bruins syndrome, where they thought, oh, we'll just walk into this one and beat them. But the Bruins came out with effort and energy tonight, and scored early on. They had a couple goals late in periods too, which, a good sign. And they didn't commit any penalties in the first couple minutes of the game. I thought they were disciplined tonight overall. And, things went their way because they handled themselves, pretty well in that regard.
And the details, I talk about the details. They were there all night. And Brad Marchand still gets it from the Vancouver crowd. I mean, they were all over him every time he touched it. Then he scores the goal. He puts his hand up to his ear.
Yeah, a little Hulk Hogan.
It was, and then he gets into it, Quinn Hughes, at the end of the second. Like it was sort of vintage Marchand. Like it was back to what you talked about as being captain. He, maybe he doesn't really think he can do that kind of thing as captain, but this was more like what drives him, what motivates him, and he scores early, and that's sort of the Marchand you need to see.
Yeah, I think he played with a little more fire and whatnot tonight, and certainly I think the booze feed him. Like he relishes that. Clearly, you could see it. I mean, he puts his hand right up to the ear afterwards, and playing to the crowd there. I honestly think they showed it from the back camera. I honestly think he thought Quinn Hughes was shooting the puck at him. I think that's what got him. It was not particularly close to him, but it was over his head. So I think he thought he was getting shot at there, and that's why he took exception to it. And I don't mind it, honestly. I mean,
I don't mind it at all.
Give it a couple of little shots to Vancouver's best player. Draw another guy into it. you're telling your team, look, I'm still intense. We may be up big here, but game's not over yet, and we still need to play with the same fire and intensity. And I didn't mind it at all, honestly.
No, well, the booze motivate me too. Different booze, but vodka and club soda tonight because look at I had one, then I made a second one, and then I'll be honest, I fell asleep for a little bit of the game, and then I woke up right before the end of the second period. So I fell asleep for a little bit of the second period because Jesus, it's just so late. Earlier today it was like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm like, we're not going on for 9 hours. 9 hours from now.
I know. It does.
West Coast,
yeah. I mean, I was getting some things done today and thinking the same thing. And then I thinking to myself, should I have a drink now? Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, if I have a couple of drinks early, I might be out cold by the time the stream comes around.
No nights. Yeah.
I mean, I can't handle my liquor like I used to be able to.
No.
So I gotta go in moderation until it's time to get live and get after it.
Yeah, I mean, I just turned 52 yesterday. I can't.
And then you can pour yourself a triple and
triple.
And get after
triple. I had a Tito's and club soda with about 400 limes. NH.
Yeah, you're a big lime guy.
I'm a big lime guy. I squeeze limes all over everything. Like when I say everything, I mean everything. I just love the taste of lime. Big lime guy. Big lime guy. Big Lyme disease guy.
Big lime guy. Big Lyme disease guy. Yeah. All about
right.
Yeah, I'm going Saxon's maple bourbon tonight.
Saxon's.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Big ice cube. Poured myself a triple, 3 fingers.
Yeah, 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I hear.
Yeah. Good stuff. So pretty good night overall for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good night. I mean, whether it's 16, 13, and 3, Toronto lost tonight. Buffalo's lost 9 in a row. I'm telling you, like, Ottawa's playing well. That's the one team that scares me, that scared us for a while, and it will continue to scare us. Almark's playing much better. They had a shutout. What was it, last night? They shut out somebody. And
Tampa Bay won tonight too.
Tampa Bay won tonight.
Yeah, that's another team you got to worry about.
Tampa Bay beat the Kraken tonight, 4-1, I think it was, or around there. So, all right, let's get to some comments here. Dan Maynard. He's that dad today. He's sitting at the mall while the girls get their nails done and watches the hockey on his phone. A new low or a new level unlocked. I tell you, that's a sneaky, savvy dad move.
Oh yeah,
to get the hockey on the phone while you do double duty. You gotta be flexible and versatile.
Yeah,
nice job.
Attaboy, getting after it.
Yeah. Silver lining from T-Boz, the Bees are playing as bad as I have seen in the last 10 years. That being said, we're third in our division. Even with the games at hand our competition has, we can still have hope. And I think, I've said it, and I'm going to say it again. The teams behind them, other than Ottawa, who is a little scary, there's just not a lot there. So if they can just play like they did tonight, they're going to win their fair share of games, and they should still make the playoffs. They still should. Now, that doesn't mean a hell of beans because in the playoffs, they're going to play either Florida or Toronto. And I just don't feel good about it. Either one of them. No. So, and I don't know what kind of moves they can make. They picked up Oliver Wahlstrom today off waivers.
Yes.
I don't honestly, I don't care. I don't see the big deal. Like, why not just play some young guys? Like, honestly, I don't know. I'm not a Wahlstrom guy.
I like it. Just because he has some offensive upside. He hasn't really showed it much in the NHL. I think he has 71 points in 230 or so games.
36 goals.
Yeah, which isn't great. But he does have offensive upside. He is big and he's still young. And he was a first round pick. He was picked 11th overall.
11th, yeah.
So I don't mind him taking a flyer on that guy. If he can if he can play, like, would you rather have Wahlstrom in the top 6 than Morgan Geekie? Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I mean, he's an RFA. He doesn't make any money, really. Makes $1 million. So I think it's a low risk, signing. And then if it doesn't work out, they can just let him walk at the end of the year, and no harm, no foul. Like, see you later. They're just not an RFA, so they'll have his rights if he performs well.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't, they can just not qualify him, and he can walk away and become a free agent. So it's a low cost, high reward kind of a thing to me. And maybe you catch lightning in a bottle with a guy who was a first round pick, and he shows the potential, here that he hasn't shown, in other places. Like the Islanders is like a black hole of shit. Sorry, John. So like, I mean, a change of scenery might do the guy some good. It might.
I mean, yeah. I mean, people like Wahlstrom who don't realize their potential tend to be who they are. Not a lot of guys who are a quote unquote bust, if you want to call them a bust, end up turning the thing around. So I mean, great. If that's what it is, then that's fine. And he checks all the boxes. Hockey East guy, Maine, South Portland, went to North Yarmouth Academy in Yarmouth, Maine.
Yep.
He's a local guy, and he's a former first round pick, and they don't ever make any of those picks, but they collect them. They collect former first round picks. So
sure they do.
I guess. What do they have against Georgia Merkulov? Like, what's the problem? Like, can you just bring the guy up and try him? Like, what are you doing?
Like that part, I agree with you. Like to me, they shouldn't even have gone out and made the Koepke, Tufte, Jones signings. To me, they shouldn't have done that. They should just have gone with the guys they have.
Right.
But it was the whole, we want to get bigger thing. So all those guys are big.
The problem is that your recent prospects are not. So that doesn't.
I think that might be part of the issue. Like Oliver Wahlstrom's 6'2", George Merkulov's 5'9", 5'10", Fabian Lysel's 5'10", Matt Potras 5'10".
Right. So that doesn't make any sense.
To me, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you can play, you can play.
You can play. Right.
So they should be giving those guys an opportunity. And they've talked about, Fabian Lysell might be a little fragile. Look, he's 5'10", and he's been in the system now for a bit, and he's put on some weight. Is he slight? Yeah, he's more slight than all these 6'2" guys, but if he can play and has speed and skill, put him out there with a guy who's big that can protect him a little bit and let him try to make plays. I'm with you there. I don't understand why they won't give these guys a chance. And is that coming from higher up? Maybe.
But these are guys you selected, and you're just gonna not. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm with you.
You're sabotaging your own horrendous prospect pool. Like, it's just, you need a couple of guys there. Like John Farinacci's, played extremely well lately, I guess. So as there's guys down there who can play, and seems as though they can play, and you don't ever give them a chance. I don't understand. I guess I just don't understand what the philosophy is there. How would it be any different if you just played those guys? It wouldn't be that much different than it is now. I mean, I don't understand. The Rat 63 says Marchand is going crazy this season. I was worried about his age and surgeries, and we were too. And it seems as though he has really been a minor miracle, because usually you have those types of injuries and surgeries at 36, 37 years old. You don't come back from that as 100%. And Marchand has been unbelievable. Like, he is like a medical mystery right now.
He's been great. It took him some time. Let's not pretend like it didn't take him some time to get back, but he got back. I mean, he's playing better than, the Coyles and Fredericks of the world. And those guys, as far as I know, didn't have any major surgeries in the offseason. So, like, what's their excuse?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
he's always been a really good player, and his competitiveness has always been what separated him, I think, from the rest of, the rest of his teammates and the rest of the league, for that matter. I mean, he's always been extremely competitive, and I think that's what makes him an elite player. And he hasn't lost that. And I think he is starting to develop some more kind of veteran savvy experience plays to maintain possession of pucks, even though he doesn't have maybe the same foot speed that he used to have. But he'll like knock a defender's stick away now to maintain possession of a puck.
Right.
There's little veteran tricks that he does now to keep possession that some teammates obviously could learn from. I don't know why, other people aren't picking up on that. But he's been really good. He's been really good, and they're going to need him to be, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Matthew Curtis brings up an interesting debate. Fool's gold or newly actually competent hockey team are your Boston Bruins?
I'll say somewhere in the middle, because I won't say fool's gold, because this was a good win against a good team, so you can't take that away from them. Newly competent, I mean, you feel that way, yes, and then they disappoint you. They come out with back-to-back games where they get outscored 13-2 to start a road trip. And you're like, these guys are all bums. Like, what's going on? Right. So, it's somewhere in the middle. You can't just say, oh yeah, they've turned a corner. They're fine. They'll be fine. They're going to be a top echelon team in the league. Vancouver doesn't play well at home is a thing. They were giving the Bruins the blue line for whatever reason. I'm not sure why.
Oh my goodness. It seemed like Bruins had so much room.
They were diving back towards Demko all night long. Demko is only his second game back in over a year or something. So he's still probably a little rusty. Like they had similar chances in the game in Boston against Lankinen, and the guy stoned them. So Boston has Vancouver's number, it seems, for whatever reason. But they couldn't win the first one in Boston. But it was a similar kind of shot advantage and so forth tonight. But the puck tonight went in, where it didn't the other night. Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be Boston in a nutshell most of the year. They'll develop some chances. It's just can you get guys to actually finish them when the opportunities are there.
Right. And the secondary scoring has to be there. I mean, tonight you had Geeky's not secondary scoring. He's on the first fucking line.
Right. So, but he still counts as secondary scoring.
At the minimum. Matthew, here's my take. This team is, again, pisses me off. The recipe is there for them to win enough hockey games to get to the playoffs. Will they do anything in the playoffs? Probably not. Not as constituted. But the recipe is there, but they just choose not to do it. And that's what pisses me off about the team. Like, that's why I think it's fool's gold right now still, is because they just don't seem to buy into what they need to be. They still think they are something they're not. And, a game like tonight, the puck goes in, as we just said. Like, the puck goes in. Sometimes it's just that's all it takes, especially early in the game. Like, they take a lead for crying out loud. Like, for once, they take a lead early in the game. Changes the whole landscape. Oh, yeah. You could see it and it was a power play goal. So all of that just, in Marchand score, like, it all creates this momentum. They go out in next game against Calgary and give up a goal in the first 3-4 minutes. You might see the same shit you just saw the last couple games.
Take a penalty, whatever.
Yeah, take a penalty, just be undisciplined. Like, if they play like this, then they should be fine to make the playoffs. But if they can't figure that out, then I don't know what to say. Like, to me, it's on the players to understand how they need to play. And this is how they need to play, especially against good teams.
Not only that on the power play, but that was a really good play, and they used Lindholm down low on Pasternak's side, which is a different look for them. And they made the play, and it was a easy tap in. So, if they can just vary things up a little bit instead of, puck to Pastrnak looking to crush the one-timer, like if they can just vary things up on the power play a little bit, I think that'll open other things up like it did tonight. And, the backdoor feed from Marchand, and he buries it. Not only was it an early power play goal, but it was a beauty. Like, it was a great passing play. Everybody was involved, like McAvoy to Pastrnak to Lindholm, cross crease to Marchand. Like, everybody was involved. Everybody's feeling good now. Everybody has confidence. And that just permeates the rest of the team. And I think getting the lead in that way, gave them a lot of confidence for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and Matthew is right. They are. This was the team you thought you had in the offseason and thought you had to be, and it's just been a bitch to try to get them to play that way. Yeah. And I don't know why. It just has been. You already went through one coach, and now the interim coach gets it sometimes, and then doesn't get it others. So hopefully, this is the game where they just realize that this is what we are. This is who we are. Until there's some reinforcement, which I don't think will happen, but hopefully they just hang in there and keep playing this way. The Bruins are going to suck Smitty right back in.
Already sucked
W. Yeah,
already sucked in NHL.
Sucked them right in with his
already.
Yep. Sucked it right in.
Little bourbon and a 5-1 win goes a long way. Tell you that
for sure. And they're not going 0-5 on the trip, which is even more reason to celebrate.
Yeah, so now their trip right now is a D+ instead of an F-.
Sure. Yeah, it was a good night tonight. New Hampshire Bruins 77. Watched UConn tonight. UConn Gonzaga. That was a pretty good basketball game.
Yeah,
then I turned on the Bruins and was pleasantly surprised at their started on time. Even though it's late on the East Coast here, 1:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it was a good night overall. Rabbit hole high gold tonight for the sip from Matthew Curtis. So nice.
Attaboy.
Nicely done. Sip of the night has been Casa Amigos Reposado margaritas for a New Hampshire Bruin. And also, Adrian had a margarita earlier when she made chili. Adrian, I'll tell you, you're gonna travel to North Carolina to get some of that food.
Adrian, we're gonna visit Western North Carolina.
Yeah, we are.
You got the tequila working. You got the chili goings on. Yeah. Matt will just squeeze lime all over that shit.
Oh my goodness, I'll squeeze a lime all over that. Yeah, yeah, I will. Adrian says team members lining up to touch helmets with Swayman after the game and sharing genuine looking smiles with him. They can't be that put off by him like we wondered. And that's an interesting point you make, Adrian, is that it's hard to say what that whole thing is with him. Yeah. I think they do like the guy. I think they do. I just think that he's not playing well. And then it's just a distraction they didn't need to start the year. It snowballed into something that they didn't need as well.
Yeah, I think they like the guy. I do.
Yeah.
You see on Instagram, Marchand and Swayman's, and their wives or girlfriends or whatever, like went as, mafia people together. They generally like the guy. I just don't think they like the way he handled the whole negotiation. And you can still like somebody and think they handled the situation the wrong way. And I think that's probably what it was. And maybe there was a little lingering resentment after that because he wasn't playing well. So he didn't handle it the right way. And then he wasn't really backing up, all the things he talked about during the negotiation. So they were, kind of pissed off about it, I would say. Now, look, winning cures everything.
Sure it does.
If he plays well and they win 5-1, everybody's going to be all smiles. But if he, in Calgary in 2 nights, if he lets in 3 softies and they lose 6-1, I don't think that's going to be all hugs and head taps. It's going to probably be something different. So winning cures things. So if they keep on winning, everything will be fine.
Yeah. Trav says, fuck, if we can beat these teams, he's going naked streaming. Boys, Smitty and Maddie. That doesn't say with Smitty and Maddie. That but he's going naked streaming.
Yeah,
streaking, streaking and streaming.
Trav was one of the originals. Trav was one of the originals. So Trav, he's gonna naked streak all through Canada.
Yeah.
When the Bruins win the cup. And it'll be a sight to see, and everybody will have some drinks and some. There probably will be streaming. There'll be lots of phones out,
streaming and streaking and all of that.
While Travis is running throughout the provinces of Canada naked.
Yes,
naked. Yeah, it'll be a good time had by all. So that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, Cab says a great win all around. Happy from McLaughlin. We are too.
Yes. The work is on.
The sip tonight for Camberger is Boy Czech style lager from Astoria, Oregon. If you see it in the store, give it a go. It's quality stuff. Astoria, Oregon. Boy Czech style.
Boy.
Hey, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll check that out. I like my wife's a big fan of the Oregon wines. So I'll check out some of that.
Get out to the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I would. Yeah. I think we should do that. I think we should do a West Coast Benders on the road. We'll go West Coast style.
I think we're gonna start doing that once we start making the big bucks.
Yeah.
We're gonna start taking the show on the road, starting with
Montreal.
Montreal.
Have to buy the merch. They got to buy the merch. Use the code Sorry John. Get 20% off during the show.
Yeah. Start a GoFundMe.
Merch. We could start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do a Benders on the road. We'll hit the West Coast. We'll go like a Seattle, Vancouver thing or something like that. And
we'll do this trip next season. How about that? This West Coast trip right here.
We gotta hit Colorado too, because our buddy Jones is gonna put us up for an Avalanche game. So
we'll see the Avalanche.
We got some trips. I think we should do one Benders on the road trip per season.
Yeah. Like this year we got April. We got Montreal.
Yeah, we got Montreal, heading up to Montreal in April.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should do that. I think we should do one Benders on the road trip per year. And we'll just document that for our Benders fam here.
Yeah, sure.
As we travel around the country watching the Bruins.
Yeah, in other countries as well. New Hampshire Bruin, no shame in the margaritas. I kill a margarita or 10, with no question about it. Cab has got the Sagamore Rye tonight.
Yeah,
very nice. There are 50 games to go, says Gus. Bruins will turn this around. Oliver Wahlstrom, a good pickup. I hope so. I hope Wahlstrom is a good pickup for them. Solidifies that, gives them a right shot guy. They're a little light on the right shot guys. Who knows where he plays? I think he'll play against Calgary.
I think he will, and I think he'll probably slot in on the third line right wing. Okay. I think he'll play with Coyle and Frederick on the third line right wing. I think Kastelik will go back to the fourth line.
You think Beach is out?
It could be Beach because McLaughlin scored, so it could be Beach that comes out. And the fourth line will be Kastelik, Koepke, and McLaughlin.
Yeah, it could be Beach.
That's my thing. That's what I think.
New Hampshire Bruin. Yeah, Tito's and club soda tonight for me, and all the limes I can stomach.
Tito's and club soda for Maddie, and I had Saxon's Vermont maple bourbon.
Oh Jesus!
Just with a big ice cube.
Boom. Yeah, that's above my pay scale. I can't get that shit. I got to get the $21 bottle of Tito's.
Yeah, the Saxon's is a small distillery in Vermont. You got to get it right from there, right from the place,
right from the tap. So
and it's I tell you, they make all kinds of shit. They have bourbons, they have gins, they have vodkas, they have coffee liqueur, they have all kinds of stuff there, and it's all delicious. They do flights of all the different little drinks they have. They do a spicy like ghost pepper bourbon. They got all kinds of shit there, and it's phenomenal stuff.
Yeah,
it really is.
New Hampshire Bruin says we are troopers. You are correct. I mean, who else does this? First of all, who else does this at all? But who else does this at 1:22 a.m. Eastern?
Yeah, the other
Standard
people
Time?
that are doing it now are copying us.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we're trendsetters.
throw that out.
There's no doubt we are. Need to pace yourself. You do. Trav says, do you sprinkle lime on your wife's titties? No, if my wife existed, I might try it. But
Yeah.
no,
Maybe that's what
maybe
that's what got you divorced a few times. You weren't doing that.
Do you think it stings a little? Do you think it's the lime?
I mean,
juice?
if she has a cut, it probably does.
An open sore?
Yeah,
No.
if she has a wound of some kind, it probably does. if she's just regular, it's just regular skin. I don't think it stings. I don't think so.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I'll report back. Dan Baird says, "Hold
on, I gotta highlight this because he still did wrong. So
yeah.
we'll highlight.
Hey, way to be grammatically correct.
Attaboy, Trav.
Way to spell that correctly.
Appreciate you.
Allmark sitting at 910, Swayman at 885. I'd be worried about Allmark as well. Yeah, I mean, Korpi's at 901.
Yeah,
look, Swayman's gonna dig himself out of a hole here. There's no question about it. You just have to play well each and every game. I'd like to see them. I can't believe I'm saying this because I really don't love it when it comes playoff time, but I'd like to see him maybe go a little tandem work here for a bit, and just get guys right. Get guys the proper rest and see if you can just take advantage of both guys right now. But I don't think they'll do that because I think they still are a little irked that they had to pay the guy that much money and they're like, screw you, you're paying 60 games.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're like Swayman's playing him 2 out of 3, seems like. Right. So he'll probably get, I don't know, would you go back to Korpi for the Calgary game and then go back to Swayman for the Oiler game?
I would. I'd go Korpi on Tuesday, but they're gonna go Swayman because it's an extra day off,
right?
And they'll, then you're gonna see Korpi against Edmonton.
I don't think they'll do that though.
You think they'll go Korpi and Sway? I think that's what I would do. I hope they do.
It might go Sway and then Sway, maybe
Sway.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Batten down the hatches for a 10-2 loss in Edmonton. Then
I mean. Edmonton's blowing doors on people right now.
Oh, they just pounded Vegas,
pounding everybody right now.
Yeah, they're just scoring goals at will right now.
They started slow, but it's not slow anymore. Now it's quick.
Yeah, it's quick. It's quick.
Yeah,
Adrian, craft beer for days there at the Western. No, I tell you, you're selling it to me.
Yeah,
you are selling it to me.
I did see. Because I mean, we're getting to that age a little bit. I'm starting to look where I want to retire, maybe. And I saw Asheville, North Carolina, as a place that people would like to retire to.
Oh, that's like one of the top, like one of those.
Yeah, it's like a top 10. It's like a top 10 spot in the States to retire to.
Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, because it's warm-ish. It's not too, it's not too cold there, and they don't kill you with the taxes and all that stuff. It's not super expensive. So all kind of good things happening there. They got a good craft beer scene. They got, Adrian's there. So, a lot of positives.
She's going to make chili and shit. And you might even share some mashed potatoes.
Maybe some mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. There's a lot of good positives there in Western North Carolina.
I think so.
Samuel says, still don't think this roster is good enough. Agreed. And still think they may drop out of the playoffs. Agreed. Roster just not great. Arguably only having 2 players who will get 50 points not good enough. Agreed. I mean, I agree with all that, Samuel.
Yeah.
I just think that the competition, other than Ottawa, just might not be good enough to bump you out of there.
Yeah, I think overall the Eastern Conference as a whole is down. I mean, if you look around the Eastern Conference, not a lot of great teams. New Jersey's good. Carolina's good. Obviously, Florida's good. Toronto's good. Looks like Tampa's good. But, after that, like the Rangers started off a house of fire. Now they're a mess. I mean, they're worse than you are right now.
Today was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, Shesterkin pulled after 3 goals on 10 shots of some ridiculous thing, and so they're a mess. The Islanders are kind of Washington's good too.
Washington's good, yeah.
So there's 6 or 8 teams who are good, and then there's like you and a few others. So like you're right in there towards the bottom of that that top 10 or so. And then there's a bunch of bad teams. So as long as you play pretty good, you should make it in. But can they play consistently pretty good? I don't know. They've been kind of up and down there. So it seems like it's kind of, 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of a thing. It can't really seem to get on a run. They went on that little run where they won 3 in a row, and then they got blitzed. And it looked like they were the worst team in hockey for 2 games. So I don't know. They're kind of Jekyll and Hyde, up and down. So it'll be interesting to see how they go the rest of the year.
Sean Michael is asking about the Pink Whitney. Have you had Pink Whitney?
I have had it.
Yeah, Donovan says it's dog shit. Is it dog shit?
Pretty much. Yeah. It's not great
for the college kids. He says vodka and sugar and whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you want vodka and lemonade, just make vodka like regular good vodka
lemonade.
With lemonade. Right. Don't get like it's like a high. It's like a high C lemon. Like it's a shitty lemonade.
Shitty lemonade.
Like if you want vodka and lemonade, get like Tito's and mix it with like Newman's lemonade. Like mix it with a good lemonade. Yeah. And now you're talking. Now you're cooking with gas. Yeah. Don't buy shitty pink lemonade in a bottle.
No. He's gonna grab 2 bottles and a fistful of 20s and head to the junior college to find a broad. What did you drink in college? What was your drink in college? Wasn't it the Malibu and
I went Malibu cranberry and orange.
I remember getting destroyed one night at UConn with you in 1995 or whatever,
92.
Yeah, 92, whatever it was.
92. Malibu, cranberry juice, and a splash of orange juice. Yeah, good stuff. Or we would drink like horrible cheap beer.
Yeah, like Keystone Light or
like it was called Peels. What? It was called Peels. P-I-E-L-S, and it was $8.
Piles of shit. Yeah,
and it was awful.
Really,
it was awful.
Peels?
Awful.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I think it was local, and it was terrible.
Yeah, we had our fair share of Zima cab. We had a ton of Zima. Purple Passion was in the 3-liter bottle. That was disgusting.
Danny wants me to retire to Australia. I'm afraid of your wildlife, Dan.
I mean, he said you're gonna wrap yourself in bubble wrap. He said. So.
I am afraid of your wildlife. I saw a thing earlier today that was actually like the 10 deadliest things in Australia, something like that. There was a Matt, listen to this. There was a fucking diamondback snake in the grocery store hanging off like a box of fucking Lucky Charms or some shit.
Oh God.
I don't know how, Danny. I don't know how you deal with that shit.
I don't know. I mean, that's some crocodile Dundee shit right there.
Yeah, I mean, do you carry like a machete around with you?
Yeah.
Or like a shotgun or something?
Yeah.
Because like
would mace do anything to a diamondback fucking
I don't know. Like there was like kangaroos trying to beat up dogs. Like it was fucking wild, man. I don't know.
Aisle 4? Like right by the fucking maple syrup?
I don't know how you do it, Danny. I don't. Wow. And then the spiders, just at night, one could crawl on you, bite you, and then you're dead. You just die in your sleep.
That's a little too brush with death for me.
Yeah.
I like to go to the grocery store in
Australia.
I just want to fight old ladies at the grocery store, not diamondback snakes.
Yeah, I mean, I have to push down old ladies at the market basket. So
that's been done. That's been done.
Yeah.
As an employee,
go right up there heels with the shopping cart.
Oh, that's a sneaky. I mean, I don't know what's worse. Diamondback snake to the ass or or in the back of the heels.
Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the shopping cart off
pain.
the Achilles is tough. That's a tough one to take.
If you want to really torture your enemy, take a shopping cart to his fucking Achilles. Like, oh God.
Off the shin. Yeah.
They are built like Rambo, Dan says. It's lots of Rambo guys. Big Rambo guys out in Australia.
Oh, yeah?
Australia, mate.
Yeah.
Just they're all Rambo, taking out snakes in the grocery store. I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time. Here's the thing. Like the other night, my girl B has a bat in her house.
Yeah.
So she says, "Can you come over and help me with the bat?" Okay. Because me, I'm bat buster. So I go and it's in the bathroom. It's on a shelf above the toilet in like a bad spot, like a weird spot. So it's like 7 feet high and I can't really see. And so I take this little net and I put it on it. And she's, on the other side of the bathroom, so I got it trapped, but I don't know what to do. Like I can't get it into a bucket. It's still alive. It's clicking, the click thing and the wings are spread and they're sneaking out of the net. And she's, having some anxiety. So she's singing like happy song. Like she starts singing Yellow Submarine by the Beatles because she didn't want to hear the clicking. And I'm like, his song's a little too happy for murdering animals right now. So then I finally said, I got to kill it. Like I had that, like I got to murder this bat.
Did you kill it?
I had to kill it because
I don't think that's I mean, you shouldn't. Allowed? I don't think it's allowed. You shouldn't.
Well, here's the thing: we call the game warden, right?
Okay.
And we told him what happened.
Yeah.
And the game warden was fine with it. Like, not fine that we killed it, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm not going to be arrested. Like, we were in a dangerous spot. Like, if the thing got loose, and at one point she's like, "It's out, and I can't see." So I'm like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Is it really out, or is it just you're petrified?" Like, so finally. It met its demise. We get it in the bucket, and then the game warden says, we want to bring it in and test it. So
rabies.
Can you just check and see if the brain is intact? So now I'm forensics guy. Like I'm not, it took everything inside of me to be a killer. Now I'm forensics dude.
Yeah. Now you're CSI Maine.
So now I got the lid of the bucket and I'm like, maybe it's still alive. You don't really know. Like maybe does it have like 9 lives like a cat? Maybe it flies out all of a sudden.
It's too bad she was singing Who songs in the background like CSI.
Oh my God. So then she said, so after the Beatles fiasco, I was like, can you sing something else? I don't know. So she sings Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now I can't function. I can't concentrate. Like, I mean, that's what you pick.
Well, first of all, my mother's lake houses has bats or had bats.
Does it? Yeah, there's an infestation thing that
but mine wasn't sitting still. It was circling the living room, buzzing my head.
That means it's pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. So my brother whacked it with a tennis racket. Yeah. Dropped it and then we caught it in a like a pot. Yeah. And then we got it thrown outside. But the things, they come back. You have to get like a bat, like a beekeeper, like a bat keeper or whatever. Yeah. Or the Batman, I don't know, whatever.
The Batman. Yeah.
And they bring them like hundreds of miles away or some shit. But they still want to come back. They still want to come back.
Yeah, it's not on my bingo card, Danny.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
They are fucking gross and nasty, and the clicking.
They do eat the mosquitoes, though.
They do. I mean, they have purpose. Everybody has a purpose.
That's a positive.
If you're a compassionate soul, you believe that everybody has a purpose.
That's for the summertime. Not in the winter, though. In the winter, there's no purpose.
No, there's no purpose other than to I mean, she won't sleep in her bedroom, like, because they told her it was an infestation. It cost $2,000 to have the guy come.
It does
do like the fucking ceiling of the this and that and checking the roof and all that. It cost $2,000.
Yeah,
this bat cost her already, and it didn't work. Obviously, the thing's still flying around 4 months later.
So wait, so she paid to have him come and to get rid of
in
the bat?
August. Yeah, and and then the fucking thing reappears.
So
2 days ago.
they shouldn't charge her for that.
I maybe I have to make a phone call
Because I think the same thing happened to my mom, and
Really?
and she was like, "I'm not paying you again.
No,
You were supposed to get rid of
you got to come back. Yeah,
you got to figure it out on your own. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a good point. And
you got to say no. You didn't do your job. What'd I pay you for if the bat came back? Sorry.
Yeah. It
Not
was
getting another fucking dime out of it.
So here's the thing, Dan. So the moral of the story is, Dan, I can't wrestle a bat in a house in Maine. Then I'm not wrestling diamondback snakes in a grocery store in Australia.
Well, and what kind of music would we wrestle diamondback snakes to in Australia? In excess, probably, right? Have to be.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Suicide Blonde or New Sensation.
Yeah, something. Give me something with a little bit of passion.
Yeah, need a little pep,
pep. Yeah. So I can't. Yeah.
I think In Excess would be good diamondback wrestling music.
Yes, In Excess. Yeah. What's that? Mediate and Regulate and what's that?
Need You Tonight. Great song.
Yeah.
In Excess, greatest hits. Sneaky, fantastic.
Sneaky good. Good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe
really,
that.
really good.
I'm targeting right now this Toto, Christopher Cross.
I want to go.
Who is it? Toto, Christopher Cross, and somebody else.
Men at Work. Colin Hay.
Men at Work. Colin Hay. Yeah. I mean, that's a really good concert.
It is. Sounds.
I can knock out three bucket listers right there.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that looks like a good one. Story of the year. Yeah, that's there is some fucked up wildlife, says Dan, but we don't have rabies carrying creatures, and that's an actual fact. Good. So you get killed other ways, not rabies. So that's good. I don't know if there's rabies in this bat, but hopefully the testing will come back some negative or positive.
They don't have rabies. They just have poisons that can kill you.
Yeah, poison venom, just venom.
No rabies. Just
Will you die of do you die of rabies if you get it? A human?
You can.
Is that instant death or is that just like
death? No. It's not good.
It's not like a venom that would instantly kill you, like Steve Irwin or something. It's not that thing.
No, I don't think so. But I think if you get it you have to get like a series of shots. I think they're all in your stomach for some reason. I think you have to get like 20-something shots in your stomach. I don't know why. I could
20-something shots.
It could be 100% wrong.
So here's the thing.
Look, don't take your medical advice, Smitty, because I could be very wrong on that. But
I would rather go to jail and admit that I murdered this bat than get 7 shots, 27, whatever the fuck shots.
Maybe 27. Could be 27.
27 shots in your stomach.
Yeah.
Or 3 months in jail. All right. It's 3 square meals. I'd rather go.
Yeah.
Matt says, thank you for clapping the Canucks. Yeah, the Canucks are not very good at home. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
It's a good team, though. It's a talented team. But Jesus, that's that wasn't good. Flames are coming up on Tuesday. What do you think? You're gonna see some you're gonna see another effort like this against the Calgary Flames?
Calgary had a shutout win tonight. Dustin Wolf with another shutout. He's been playing real well for them. That's going to be a tough game, and if they overlook them, Calgary could certainly beat you.
Sure they can.
Huberdeau and Calgary and Kadri are both playing pretty well right now. But overall, they you struggle to score goals. They really struggle to score goals. I think the top guy on their team has 21-2 points. They don't really score. I think they're 27th or 28th in the league in goals for.
Yeah.
So that's a winnable game. You should win that game. But when you think they should win, that's when maybe they don't play as well as you would hope them to.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
we'll see. I'd love to see the same effort. I'd love to see them, back up the same effort they had tonight with another one that's similar to this. Just like they had 2 bad efforts in a row, I'd like to see them put 2 good efforts in a row. So I think they can win, and I think they should win. But winning is another story altogether.
It is another story. Donovan says a lot of foaming from the mouth with the rabies. Only like 3 people have survived rabies. So again,
oh really?
3 months in jail or getting the fucking the fangs. I'm gonna roll.
Foaming from the mouth sounds bad.
It does sound like not a good day.
I don't feel like I would want to foam from the mouth.
No.
Would you rather be bit by like a bat that has rabies or a dog that has rabies or a diamondback snake?
If there's a choice, I'm gonna go rabies.
You're gonna go rabies.
I don't know, because the diamondback can swallow you whole, can it? Like,
no, that's a python. A diamondback is just a little snake, but it's got fucking big fangs.
Yeah,
that doesn't look like it feels good when those fucking things bite you at all.
The snake kills you quicker, he says. So
okay,
I have to go. I guess
you gotta go rabies. You gotta go foaming at the mouth and hope you survive.
Yeah. Rabies causes hyperactivity, hallucinations, lack of coordination, hydrophobia, and aerophobia, then kills you with cardiorespiratory arrest. That sounds like watching the Bruins the last 2 months. He did copy and paste that thing.
Rabies with the Bruins causes
right. I think Smitty had that a couple of these post games.
Yeah, I think did the Bruins give me rabies the other night?
I think they did. They were foaming at the mouth.
I think they might have.
And we know that because you came right up
respiratory arrest
screaming.
Yeah. I think I might have had cardiorespiratory arrest during the Bruins game the other night.
I think so. But hey, the good thing is about 100 people survived this post game tonight, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good. So anyway, Calgary Flames coming up Tuesday night. That's a 9:00 start, so that's an hour earlier on the air.
Yes,
and then Edmonton is also, I think, 9:00 on Thursday.
Correct.
So a couple of late ones, and then we get back to normal Eastern Standard Time frame, which is good. All right, so the Bruins win tonight, 5-1 over the Canucks. They move to 16-13-3 and get a big win on the road trip. We'll see everybody again on Tuesday. Hey, great night tonight. Thanks a lot for staying up with us late, and we'll see you on Tuesday. As always, go Bruins.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.